Hello and welcome. I'm Savri Jindal and you're watching NewsX World. Let's take a look at the top stories of this hour. US President Donald Trump has suggested some TV networks should have their licenses taken away amid a row over ABC host Jimmy Kimmel. The Disney-owned network announced it was suspending Kimmel indefinitely following backlash over his comments about the murder of conservative influencer Charlie Kirk. US President Donald Trump announced plans to finalize a deal on TikTok during an upcoming call with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The deal would have TikTok's US operations owned by American investors, including major tech companies. Trump also noted that the app has helped boost his popularity with younger voters, potentially aiding to his 2024 campaign. The US Supreme Court will hear arguments on November 5th over the legality of Donald Trump's sweeping global tariffs. This comes after a lower appeals court ruled that Trump overstepped his authority by using emergency powers to impose tariffs. The case will test the limits of presidential authority in driving economic policy. The United States vetoed a crucial UN Security Council resolution calling for a ceasefire in Gaza as Israel intensified its offensive. This is the sixth time that the United States has vetoed a resolution on the truce at the UN since the beginning of the war on October 7th. The resolution, supported by 14 of the 15 members, demanded an immediate and unconditional ceasefire, the release of hostages, and increased humanitarian aid. The Israeli army urged the government on Thursday to halt the entry of humanitarian aid from Jordan to Gaza following a shooting attack at the border crossing. Israel's Lieutenant General recommended suspending aid until an investigation into the incident is completed and revised screening procedures for Jordanian drivers are implemented. The shooter, identified as a Jordanian truck driver, was transporting aid to Gaza when the attack occurred. Israel launched a new wave of airstrikes on Thursday, targeting Hezbollah positions in southern Lebanon, aiming to prevent the terror group from rebuilding in the area. The Israeli Defense Forces issued evacuation warnings for 4 sites, later expanding the order to 2 additional buildings. According to the IDF, the strikes were ordered in response to Hezbollah's attempts to resume its operations in the region. Thailand's King Maha Vajiralongkorn has officially endorsed Prime Minister Aungten Chandravakul's new cabinet, according to a notice in the Royal Gazette. This endorsement clears the way for the cabinet to take an oath before the king, a necessary step before they can address the parliament. Following the oath, the ministers will be able to formally assume their duties. Canada and Mexico pledged to deepen their bilateral ties and strengthen their free trade pact with the United States during Prime Minister Mark Carney's visit to Mexico. At the press conference, Carney and President Claudia Sheinbaum emphasized expanding economic and security cooperations as well as their shared commitment to their partnership with the US. Israel is preparing a